It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. If you're finding me on the air for the first time, we're here every morning, 7 to 9 on 1250 Wins WHNZ, and you can catch the live video stream over at tampabayradio.com. Also, keep in mind, this show works in conjunction now with the Tampa Bay business owners. If you head over to tampabayradio.com, you can see the partnership video explaining a little bit about the mission and the vision that me and Chris has for the Tampa Bay business community. So combining the brands between That Business Show and the Tampa Bay business owners. And again, a lot of good events going on each and every month over at the Tampa Bay business owners. We got a workshop coming up on August 16th. It's going to be a workshop doubleheader on the 7 steps to sales success, and also a discussion on how to work from the outside in inside your business. So some of the membership is able to attend free. Some of the membership does have a fee for that, and it's also marketed to the general public. So if you head over to tbbo.org/events, you can register for that. It's $79 for non-members. Also on August 19th, we're doing a business improv. This is going to be a members-only event, but just one of the advantages of becoming a member of TBBO. And it's going to be a way to incorporate comedy into your speaking and your presentations. And also, we're going to be joined by headlining comedian Law Smith, so he's going to be helping us out with that. And also Nancy Sears, who was with the Straz Center. She is an improv coach, and she's also going to be helping us out with that workshop. So a lot of the members are excited about that. A good way to have some fun and incorporate some comedy into your workshop, or I should say your speaking and your presentation. So I myself used to do some stand-up comedy, and I'm probably want to try out a few lines or something. So also in studio today with me, Josh Vazda, working the live stream. I think he's got everything lined out over there. He's hard at work over there. You got everything under control over there?
Yeah, everything's good.
All right, you're a little bit behind, man. We got our celebrity lookalikes yet for the guests, or you're a little behind over there?
No, I don't got
it. I warned my guest, by the way. He's over there thinking about who y'all look like this entire time, so eventually it's going to pop up on the screen over there.
Actually, well, that's actually the best excuse I've ever had for being absent-minded.
So you know what? I'm looking at Kaitlyn. I'm thinking Hermione from
everybody says.
All right, there you go. I did it for you. Hermione from Harry Potter. I don't know what's the actress's name. Emma Watson. There you go. So I already did your job for you this morning, Josh. There you go. You got to find me somebody for Fred Tucker. I don't know who Fred Tucker looks like just off the top of my head, but
I'll think of something. But I would have never thought Emma Watson.
Yeah, well, she just nailed it. She said that's what everybody says about her.
Since I was 12.
So. And by the way, let me introduce my guest. It is Kaitlyn Sussex and Fred Tucker. They're with the Workforce Institute at the St. Pete College. And so both of y'all, welcome to the program today.
Thank you.
So Fred, let's begin with you. So let's just talk a little bit about the overview of the department, the Workforce Institute. Give me a little bit of a background on this.
Sure. Workforce Institute is the non-degree seeking side of the college. We focus on professional training and certifications. So a lot of our training is short-term. The students aren't with us, 2 years or 4 years, anywhere from, a month to 6 months. They get a certification, and then we help them with job placement.
What's your background? You have a military background, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so did you go into the military right after your high school or college yourself?
I did.
Did you have, and I like to have this discussion because I think it's important to our veterans, as a lot of them have a problem returning to the workforce. They don't know how to, even do a resume. They're so used to a very structured environment. Tell me a little about your transition coming back from the military into the workforce.
So I completed a 20-year career in the Navy in June of 2011. So I've been out, just over 5 years now. And transition for me, in my case, I went to be a full-time student after I transitioned out. I went to school for about 2 years, completed my bachelor's degree. So I didn't go directly into the workforce, but even the training and the transition that I went through, going through college and everything for a couple of years, it was a difficult transition.
Because you went into the military, I guess, right out of high school or college.
Right.
So it had been high school
years old.
18
I did
years
20
old.
years in the Navy, so retired, and then came out and didn't look for a job right away when I retired from the Navy. I went to college for 2 years, and then did my job search after that. So really, when you're in the military, they don't teach you too much about resumes and interviewing and all that kind of thing. So it was, a bit of a challenge. But I had a couple different, probably 3 different jobs the last 4 years. I've been with the college now for over 1 year. But prior to that, I actually worked in a position with the Workforce Board, assisting veterans in finding employment, and also worked for a couple for-profit colleges in the area.
So thank you for your service to the country. I always regret not going into the military. I was, as I said, a fear commitment, and I almost went, but I didn't. Took the ASVAB and got close to going into the Marines, but obviously did not make that decision. What was your biggest challenge you coming out of the military, going into the workforce? You went through college in 2011 or 12 after coming back from the military, so you had that kind of begin to acclimate back to how civilian life is,
right.
And I noticed that you aren't using the word civilian, so I think you are acclimated back to the civilian life. I noticed a lot of military professionals like to use the word civilians, but what was the biggest challenge for you?
Well, I think just I never wrote a resume when I was in the military, and they teach you a little bit about that as you're getting ready to transition out. But I think I really learned more about the job search after I was already out and actually went through it and things like that. I mean, they try to teach you as much as they can what to expect when you transition, but until you actually do it and go through, preparing a resume and all the job search skills and stuff like that, 20 years, you don't have to do that kind of thing. You pretty much get told, you get a choice maybe of 2 or 3 places. This is where you can go to next and that sort of thing. So job placement's never an issue when you're in the military.
Now, where did you go to college coming out of the military at?
I went to Strayer University over in Tampa for about 2 years, and I completed my associate's degree while I was in the military, so I just had about 2 years of college to complete at that point. And
then how did you end up at the St. Pete College in the Workforce Institute?
I actually worked with the local Workforce Board, which is housed in the same building, and we interact with several of the people at the college and things like that, and just happened to find some employment opportunities with the college. And I worked at a for-profit before a couple of years ago, and I left that for a while, and I really missed it. I really like helping students achieve their goals and that sort of thing. So
the St. Pete College's Workforce Institute, this is the non-degree seeking department of the college.
Yes.
So what type of training and certifications do people come there and get? And also, do you work with returning veterans on these specific programs at the college?
Okay, so we have several different programs. We have basically different, we call them verticals, but different business sectors that we work within. One of them is information and innovative technologies. That's one of our areas. We also have certifications in manufacturing, business and finance, healthcare, supply chain, and public safety.
Now, Kaitlyn, you are the program coordinator for the business and finance, I would say, department of the Workforce Institute. Tell me a little bit about your role at the St. Pete College.
Yeah, of course. Well, as a program coordinator, which actually Brad is going to be transitioning into that over information and innovative technologies. But what I do kind of on a day-to-day basis is I'm in charge of overseeing all of the certifications related to business and finance. So
what are some of the certifications that one could get that is obviously a non-degree? I mean, what's a good certification and time frame to get it, for instance?
So, for example, one that we just launched is a project management certification. It's an exam prep class. So through the Project Management Institute, there's different certifications, one of them being PMP, which is kind of the most popular, I would say. So what we did is PMI, the Project Management Institute, they require you to have 35 hours of project management education in order to sit for their certification exam. So we provide that, essentially. It's a 6-week class on Saturdays, because most of our students are working professionals. So they come in every Saturday from 8:30 to 3:30 for 6 weeks, and then they're ready to sit for their test. And then at the end of it, they'll get hopefully a project management certification out of it. Which,
Okay. So, and how many different certifications do you have altogether, and different types of programs that people can go through on a non-degree seeking path at the St. Pete College?
we have about 85 industry certifications that somebody could earn currently.
85. Wow.
Yeah,
So there's a lot
and
of
that's not counting any of the ones that you don't actually earn a formal certification after.
What's like the most popular? I mean, what's St. Pete College known for in this field here in the non-degree seeking department?
I would say one of our most popular programs is probably our clinical medical assistant program. A lot of people don't know that we have it. St. Pete College's nursing program is pretty popular, but it's also really hard to get into. So
nursing was in high demand years ago, and I know it pays pretty well. Well, what's the marketplace like these days for nurses in the field?
it's booming. I mean,
Still?
yeah, still booming, still such a need. And then the CMA program is kind of a good stepping stone for those people who maybe couldn't get into the nursing program. Maybe they're not looking for that, kind of level of commitment. So the CMA program, there's so many things that you can do with it. It's one of the stackable certifications, we call them, because you can go on and you could become a medical scribe or anything, more detailed in the field. So it just makes yourself more employable.
Now you have a career expo and free training event coming up on the 18th. Tell the community a little bit about this. How they can get more information on this.
So we're the career expo that we're going to have. We're going to have several different workshops and mini courses going on during the course of that day. It's going to be on the 18th from 7:30 in the morning until 6:30 in the evening, and we're going to showcase all our different program areas that day. So we're going to have, a big event where we have our program coordinators there talking to. The general public can come in. We have our current students come in, our staff from the college, and it's going to be just a day-long event of,
Now, is there a website to register for this? I know the St. Pete College website, spcollege.edu. Where would people register for this?
I would say the easiest way to get there is to go to spcollege.edu/workforce institute. That's
Okay.
our main page, and you can click on the browse classes, and you just type in Career Expo, and it'll pop up.
Okay, and so the expo is going to be about jobs in the areas? Are you also going to have information on the programs at the St. Pete College that we're discussing today as well?
Yep.
correct.
There's information on the programs. You'll be able to talk to our intake specialist. You'll be able to learn about the different funding options. And then there's free trainings all day and kind of mini courses. So there's anything from class on finances for small business owners to what a career in project management would look like in the different program verticals that we have. So there's a lot of things happening.
All right. Currently talking to Kaitlyn Sussex and Fred Tucker. They are with the Workforce Institute at the St. Petersburg College. Learn more about this and their programs over at spcollege.edu. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Toseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktoseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Toseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Crash in Tampa on Florida Avenue just south of Bird Street, affecting traffic in both directions. Slow traffic on the interstate southbound 275 between Bierce and Hillsborough Avenue. Also westbound I-4 between I-75 and 275. Southbound Veterans Expressway very slow from before Hutchinson to Waters in Pinellas County. Southbound 275 jam between 54th Avenue North and 22nd. And westbound Almerton at 58th Street. Crash being cleared there. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by SOS Children's Villages. War, poverty, and disaster have left millions of children around the world orphaned, abandoned, alone. When their parents can't be there, SOS Children's Villages is there in 134 countries, including the U.S. To make a difference in a child's life, go to sosusa.org.
Today, coastal showers in the morning, then a 50% chance of afternoon storms, high 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 50-50 rain chance, high 89.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Currently talking with the girl from Harry Potter, Hermione, over there, along with Fred Tucker, both from the Workforce Institute over at St. Pete College. And actually, her name's Kaitlyn Sussex, but she gets that all the time. But Josh, you say you got some even better.
You had it all wrong. All wrong.
All right, who is it?
Eugene Leving and Adeline Kane from Rain.
I see, but the hair color's throwing me. If the hair color matched hers, and the other, yeah, I can see the guy. Yeah, what's the guy's name?
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy,
one of the funniest guys on the planet.
He looks familiar. Is that the guy from American Pie?
Yes.
Yes, the father from American Pie. There you go. So, Kaitlyn Sussex is
Adeline Kane.
Adeline Kane, and what is she from?
Rain.
Rain.
And
okay.
MTV's Teen Wolf.
Kaitlyn, what do you think? Do you like that better than Emma Watson?
A little bit, actually, yeah.
Okay.
If I dyed my hair dark.
And did you get somebody for me? He keeps saying I look like Al Capone, but I don't know how I look like Al Capone. So who's my doppelganger that you've come up with now?
All right. Well, you know how you like to wear fedoras, and it kind of gave me an idea. So I Googled somebody.
Yeah.
And when I Googled them, I came up with John Belushi.
That's perfect, man. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll take that one. I like that one. So yeah, John Belushi's my new screen name here. So, all right. So we're talking about the Workforce Institute over at the St. Pete College. So, Fred, what happens for a student who's matriculating into the environment there? Take me through the intake process for a new student.
Well, we use the analogy kind of in our department. I have a coworker that I work with. He's our intake specialist, David Hopkins, and we go out to some job fairs and different events around the community. And a lot of the students we work with are one-on-one. We talk to them about what they want to get into and that sort of thing. So at the very beginning of those conversations and everything, David is our intake specialist, and he does what's called a career assessment. So he usually brings us to it, and sometimes the student comes in, they know what they want to get into, what field they want to go into. Sometimes they come in and they have no idea. So David takes them through some career assessment, interest profilers and things like that, has them answer some questions, and that kind of determines what kind of career path they might be interested in going into.
Are people generally in an agreement with those assessments? I mean, they take the test and it gives you this answer, and you're like, okay, I never really thought of that. I mean, are they a pretty good match?
I think so. He's had some good interactions with the students, and that I think the assessment process kind of draws out what they're interested in.
Now, is this something that will also be available at the job fair on the 18th, or will you be giving or have available these assessments for job seekers that are in the marketplace right now?
I think we probably that will be something. We'll probably show them that process, but usually we schedule that as a one-on-one appointment and that sort of thing.
Okay, so that's something you schedule in a one-on-one appointment.
Yeah.
This is not an assessment that's available online for a potential student to take, correct?
They can take it on their own, but it's good for David to kind of sit down with him afterwards and help him go through the results and that sort of thing.
Okay, assessment. What's next after the assessment?
So after the assessment, we find out what their interests are, what maybe career path they want to go in, and depending on what the program is, sometimes if it's, say, manufacturing or, like the clinical medical assistant program, sometimes the student, we might have to take a look at their math scores and how long it's been maybe since they've been to school or something like that, because with the manufacturing and the CMA program, you're going to be probably doing some math in those different areas. So what
level of math do they need to have, or what is recommended?
9th or 10th grade, sometimes going into those programs. So one of the things that we do is we coordinate with the workforce board and do what's called a TABE test, the test of a basic adult education. So if the student is, has recently completed a degree or something like that, a lot of the times the TABE isn't necessary. But if we do take a TABE, the student will take that test, we'll get the results and find out, maybe they might need some math readiness courses or something like that, or maybe their math skills are good and we can get them into that program.
Now, is there pretty much always a path for a non-degree seeking student? I mean, they can qualify for one of the career paths. Usually you got 85 different programs available there, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So then, so that career assessment that they take, that will point them in the direction of either a short-term certificate or a degree. We've had students that come through that, going through the assessment process, they want to go to the degree side. So we coordinate with the other side of the college and get them into a degree program if that's what they want to do.
Good information. Currently talking to Kaitlyn Sussex and Fred Tucker, both with the Workforce Institute over at St. Pete College. Learn more about them over at spcollege.edu. And again, they're having a job fair on August 18th, and you can find out information about that, again, over at spcollege.edu. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
We share Tampa Bay's success stories with you every weekday morning because we want you to become the next success. Catch the entrepreneurial spirit anytime between 7 and 9 tomorrow morning here on 1250 Wins WHNZ.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Crash in Tampa on Florida Avenue just south of Bird Street, affecting traffic in both directions. Slow traffic on the interstate southbound 275 between Bierce and Hillsborough Avenue. Also westbound I-4 between I-75 and 275. Southbound Veterans Expressway very slow from before Hutchinson to Waters in Pinellas County. Southbound 275 jam between 54th Avenue North and 22nd. And westbound Almerton at 58th Street. Crash being cleared there. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson. Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. Around the world, there are young people who face a difficult decision: continue their dream of education or drop out to help support their families. In a single moment, you can help them write a new story. See potential, not poverty, at unbound.org.
1250 Winds Weather Center forecast, 60% chance of showers and storms throughout the day. See partly cloudy skies, 90 for the high, mid-upper 70s for the low. Forecast tomorrow, upper 80s for Friday's high. A bit more cloudy, keeping that rain chance the same. And through the weekend, rain chance holding at 60%, upper 80s as well. Impact Radio 1250 Winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Be sure to connect with me on the different social media sites, Facebook.com/That Business Show. We put up a lot of short little video clips throughout the show over there, and those always do very well. So you can check up on some short clips over there. We also put the live stream up on the Facebook page. Actually, we put that up on Tampa Bay Radio and YouTube. That's the full show, though, but you can catch the short little clips over on the Facebook page. And also Twitter, Jamie_Maloney. And as I just mentioned, the YouTube channel / or / whichever way you got to put that thing to make it work. Jamie Maloney is the channel's name. So if you could subscribe to that, we would greatly appreciate that. And it also helps keep Josh in employment over there, thanks to the live stream. So currently talking to Fred Tucker, Kaitlyn, Sussex. They are with the Workforce Institute at the St. Petersburg College. Learn more about that, spcollege.edu. And Fred, we're talking about the life cycle of a student coming through, talking about the intake process, the assessment, job placement, a big part of the program. Tell us about this.
That's correct. So as the students coming through the program, I help them with the job placement part of it, help them with their resume, help them prepare for job interviews, help them with their social media profiles. Maybe they haven't had a LinkedIn profile put together and that sort of thing. So I help them go through that process, and we do some different things at the college. We have a photography department at the college, students coming through that. So in the last year, we've set up some photography sessions so the students don't have to go out in town and pay for a professional photograph, we can do that right at the college.
You'd be surprised how many people don't even have a headshot. I mean, the most basic things to have.
So that we try to do some things like that.
Now, you mentioned helping them with social media. You said LinkedIn. I mean, do you do the other social media sites? I mean, for a professional, LinkedIn is
LinkedIn's
crucial.
really the number one that we focus on. I've touched on Twitter a little bit before too, as far as the job search and stuff like that. But primarily, it's mostly LinkedIn that we work
so they
with.
complete the certification. You're working with them on the job placement. I mean, do you offer any type of guarantee for a job? Do you work with them until they find a job? How does this work?
We work with them until they find a job. Some students come through the program fairly quickly and get placed. Others, take a little bit more time. But, we actively work with that student until they're employed and that sort of thing. A bunch of follow-up and one-on-one job coaching and that sort of thing.
Coaching, resume, and interview skills, mock sessions, things of that nature.
Absolutely.
And you find that a lot of people lack those skills and can benefit from the coaching?
It depends, I think, sometimes. But, yes, that's definitely, and when it comes to like the mock interviews and stuff, that seems to help person get the confidence and that sort of thing and go to the job interview.
Now, what about funding sources? Does student aid come into play in the programs?
So the typical college financial aid does not qualify for our programs at the workforce. So our intake specialist, David Hopkins, he is aware of other funding sources. There may be workforce funding through a program called WIOA. There might be Youth Connect funding. Pinellas Opportunity Council is another funding source that we use. So he goes through and identifies what this person may qualify for based upon their income level, based upon their age group that they're in. So we try to identify different sources of funding. Sometimes the funding pays for the entire certification. Sometimes it may pay for half of it, and then the student pays for the other half.
How's the cost compare against? I mean, you have 85 different programs and certifications. Are they all kind of similar in pricing, or are there wide variations between the different programs?
They vary. It depends on the program. Some of our, manufacturing and Kaitlyn mentioned project management. Some of those classes and certifications could be, like $1,000 or $1,500 or something like that. Depending on the funding source that we use, some of them can cover up most of that or at least half of it. So we try to go through and identify those funding sources as we're working with the student.
And what is the Florida Apprenticeship Grant? Florida
Apprenticeship Grant is a $5 million grant award to the state of Florida. We're just getting started with this, actually. We have a Florida Apprenticeship Grant coordinator that works with us at the college. But really, it's focusing on careers in IT, manufacturing, healthcare, and construction trades. And the goal is over the next 5 years to have 1,000 participants in the state of Florida come through this program. And it's a year-long apprenticeship where the person is getting training at the college, but they're also going out to work with an employer for a year during the apprenticeship and working under a journey person. And at the end of that, they'll have an apprenticeship under their belt. And hopefully it's going to be like a long job interview process over that year. They come to the end of the apprenticeship and they may stay on with that employer.
Kaitlyn, take me through some of the different programs. Now, you mentioned the project management program, but the nursing program. But you got 85 different programs over there. So let's go through some of them.
Yeah, sure. So, we have a few different, as Fred mentioned, program verticals or industries, essentially, that we'll cover. So the first one being information and innovative technologies. So that's anything from your basic Microsoft certification to Excel classes, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced. There's also a drone program, or UAS. That's actually
where you fly the drones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's becoming...
Yeah, the FAA released regulations in June where you have to be certified in order to fly them now.
So you can't... I see those things on sale over at Best Buy. So if I go buy one and fly it, then I'm doing something illegal right now?
Essentially.
If you got to have a certification for that thing,
yeah. Fred actually has been manning that program.
If you got to fly a drone commercially, if you got to do it for your business and that sort of thing, the FAA's just come out with a regulation saying that you have to pass a FAA exam and be certified in that area.
If you just keep it like
up
up to like 100 feet or something, and it's just in the backyard. I mean,
if you're doing it for like hobby and stuff like that, you don't have to.
So for commercial use,
for commercial use only.
That's how I thought I understood it as well.
Yep, that's correct.
All right, so you got the information and innovative technology certifications and A+ network security, Java, whole line of different IT areas, business and finance. What are some of the other programs available?
Yep, in business and finance, there's things like social media marketing, digital media marketing strategy, and then there's also, of course, the healthcare, which the CMA, the clinical medical assistant's pretty much the biggest one there.
Do you find a lot of people wanting to go into the social media marketing? That seems to be a bit of a saturated industry in terms of social media experts.
It's kind of tricky. It's actually something that we're in the process of launching right now, so we're still trying to gauge interest. Some people think that we either get the people who know everything or think that they know everything, or we get the people who know nothing and they don't even know how to log into a LinkedIn account. They don't even know what LinkedIn does.
So they're not necessarily there to be social media, entrepreneurs. They're just there to basically learn the programs and the platforms. And am I correct?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Some people, they just want to be able to, use social media. What we try to focus on is just, because at the end of the day, we want people to be employable. So we want them to be able to come in, take this training program, and be able to work with it and, be able to do their job successfully, maybe get a promotion. Maybe they're a small business owner and they want to kind of, boost their social media presence. So ultimately, we try to focus more business related than personal. But,
and you have classes on getting leads with LinkedIn, conflict resolution in the workplace, business writing. So, you got a whole host of courses over there geared for the business professional.
Oh, yeah, lots of different types of classes. Like you said, anything from conflict resolution. There's a leadership series that we have going on where it's every Monday for 6 weeks, 2 hours. Talks about different types of leadership topics that, you might encounter as a leader in your company or just in general.
How's the demand been for entrepreneurship and business building type of programs in your certification classes?
Yeah, it's definitely something that
because I think Tampa Bay is kind of a hub of entrepreneurship, and
it really
just over the last several years, just more and more people seem to be going in that direction. Are you seeing a demand in that?
Definitely, and one of the things that's really great about what we're doing over at Workforce is there's different programs that you can kind of combine with entrepreneurship. So one of the programs we're actually in the building process for is podcasting. So it's a program that'll teach you basically how to build, create, interview skills, everything that you would need for podcasting. So you pair that with entrepreneurship and, you can kind of form your own business.
Yeah, we were over there with Tampa Bay business owners touring the Department of Music, and they took us by the podcasting studio, something that I and my good friend Chris is very big on. As a matter of fact, we're going down to Puerto Rico today. I'll be out till Tuesday, and we're filming. He's filming the documentary, The Messengers, which is on podcasting, where it is, where it was, where it's going to be. But there's a big podcaster down in Puerto Rico there making 7 figures in ad revenue, and so he's going to be in the documentary. So kind of like how he structured his business model and is making money, because podcasting, it's an untapped area of potential for both entertainment and business. How do you see your students using it, and how's the college coaching people on podcasting?
Yeah, definitely. So how I kind of see our students using it, like I said, we're kind of still in the building process, but we see them using it either for personal use. They have a hobby that they're really passionate about, they want to talk about, using it for their business, and, kind of generating revenue from it. And then also companies who are looking to create podcasts, because we see more and more companies who are, creating a podcast either on training their employees. The employees go through and they listen to all these podcasts, and that's how they train. Things like self-guided walking tours around a city or a museum. The possibilities are really kind of endless with it. So.
Yeah, definitely an untapped medium. The only problem with it right now is kind of discoverability of the podcasts are all kind of just housed inside iTunes right now. If we can kind of get it outside and get it more mainstream, I really think podcasting would take off a lot more. That's kind of internal talk within the podcasters.
Right. Well, and that's where the social media marketing program that we have could come into play. So a lot of the things that we're trying to build and create are, kind of interchangeable like that.
But yeah, there are some good content, some good podcasts podcasts. And another thing that kind of hampers the industry a little bit because there's a lot of bad ones out there. And so if somebody is exploring podcasting the first time and they're clicking on a few bad ones and they just, they go, so that's just another one of the challenges, with growing podcasting. One, all the bad podcasts that, muddy the waters, and then also, just the discoverability of the podcasts inside iTunes and stuff. So that's the kind of discussions that go on within podcasting circles and stuff, though. So let me take a break here. Currently talking to Kaitlyn, Sussex, and Fred Tucker. They're with the Workforce Institute at the St. Petersburg College. Learn more, spcollege.edu. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Rain showers continue to move through the Bay Area and a number of minor accidents off to the side of 275 in the area of 22nd Avenue North. So slow traffic from downtown St. Pete. Tampa southbound 275 is slow from Bierce to just past Hillsborough Avenue. Southbound Veterans Expressway slow from Ehrlich to around Waters. And also westbound side of I-4 slow from I-75 all the way into downtown Tampa. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Urich Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Compassion International. International. There is a little boy or girl living in poverty right now. They don't have enough to eat, are sick, and can't go to school. And you can release them from that poverty when you become a sponsor with Compassion International. Find out how at compassion.com/radio.
Today, coastal showers in the morning, then a 50% chance of afternoon storms, high 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 50-50 rain chance, high 89.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Currently talking to Kaitlyn Sussex and Fred Tucker there with the Workforce Institute at St. Pete College. Learn more about them, spcollege.edu. Now, Kaitlyn, you offer corporate training programs over at the St. Pete College. Tell us a little about this.
Yeah, sure. So all of the programs that we have at the Workforce Institute, we also offer to businesses in the local area. So essentially, a business will come to us because they want to train a group of their employees on whatever it may be. Maybe it's business writing skills or email etiquette, or maybe they want a group of their employees to get certified. So they'll come to us, they'll ask us, we'll work through exactly what kind of things they're looking for, and we'll provide a customized training for them. Some of the programs we have don't really need to be customized. They may fit as is, but we try to tailor it exactly to whatever that company needs. So we'll go in and we'll provide the training either at our location or in-house for them. Sometimes the training is a 3-hour class. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 days.
Do you offer corporate training in like all areas of a business, from like HR to, writing and all these other different skills as well?
Yep. Pretty much anything you would need training on, we're able to provide that training. So we're a part of a bigger consortium of colleges, which called Global Corporate College, where there's 54 colleges across the country, and we were selected to be a part of that. And so we have access to curriculum and content from all of these other colleges that we're in partnership with as a part of Global Corporate College. So we're able to come in and bring in maybe something that we don't already have in-house. We're able to tap into their resources, and then vice versa. So say a company is located here locally, but they have offices across the country, and they want to provide a training here, and then they also want to provide a training somewhere else. We can use that network to provide the training in all of their locations.
Okay. And I see you have collaborative labs. You have incubators over at the St. Pete College. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, so Collaborative Labs is a space at the Epicenter campus where we're located, and it's a awesome place. I can't speak highly enough of it. So it's a series of different rooms. All of the rooms are modular. Some are smaller, some are larger. There's smart boards. There's a bunch of different interactive elements where you can use those. You could record your sessions. They have a team of business facilitators that'll come in, whatever your business's goals for a meeting or for that workshop. They'll come in and they'll kind of help you work through whatever, process you want to do with your company. And then they also have one of the random cool features is they have a cartoonist where they'll cartoon throughout your entire session to kind of help you see the bigger picture. It's random, but when you see the finished product, because they have whiteboards all over everywhere, basically. When you see the finished product and you kind of see your meeting unfold in this big drawing, it makes it kind of come full circle. So.
Now, I know like at the University of Tampa, they have the Entrepreneurship Center, and they have a space for incubators and accelerators, and these companies are there and they're working together there. I mean, does St. Pete College, is that what the same environment over there at the St. Pete College, or is it a little bit different than having the space for an incubators and the accelerator companies?
It's a little bit different. It's very hands-on. I mean, I know a lot of the incubators do kind of the same thing, but this is really for businesses who want to come in and use this space. They might not have a space like this at their office, or maybe they need to just get their employees kind of out of the building, to try and help them kind of work through some of the issues that they're having. So it's really hands-on with the business and the ultimate business goals, as opposed to more of the incubator style.
Free training days offered twice a year. You have the upcoming training and the workshop on the 18th. But tell us a little bit more about these workshops and these job fairs and how often they go on.
So we do the free training days a couple different times a year. It's much like our program showcase that we're getting ready to have. We invite the community to come in and our different partners that we work with for, different training sessions. And then we're going to have our program showcase on August 18th from 7:30 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening, day-long event. We're going to have a bunch of free training topics that day, and also our program coordinators talking about all the different program areas that we discussed this morning.
Okay, so we've went through, you got 85 different programs. We touched on a few, the information and innovative technologies, business and finance, touched a little bit on healthcare. Kaitlyn, kind of briefly, just kind of run through generally what are some of the other programs and career or certification paths somebody could take advantage of at St. Pete College.
So we have also a manufacturing program, so you could get your certified production tech certification. And that actually articulates into 15 college credits, which is kind of unusual for a non-degree class. So there's manufacturing. There's also supply chain, which has 8 different certification tracks in that. It's a part of a bigger grant, so that one is actually really popular as well. There's the math readiness, which, small class sizes, SAT prep style. There's also the option to take a math class and kind of test out of a degree class. There's also the Language Institute, which is for those students who are international and they're looking to come over here and go into a U.S. college, but their language skills aren't quite up to par.
When they take those math tests, are they have they forgotten a lot of stuff? Because I know I got all the way through calculus. I got into calculus too. I never finished. It was too hard for me. I don't know if I could even do basic algebra anymore. People forget that stuff at that by the time they come back to college.
It seems that way. I mean, if I tried to take my SAT right now, I probably would have forgotten most of it.
So math readiness, as Fred mentioned, I mean, that's part of the intake process because some of the programs over there obviously require. But you said realistically 9th or 10th grade level of math is good for the programs over there. So a few more programs available.
Yep. There's also public safety, which, of course, that's held at the All-State Center, and that's things like, firefighting or the police academy, that kind of training. And then we also have, which isn't necessarily a vertical, but learn to earn classes. So it's a part of a program where they're $30 short classes, so they can come in, take a basic class on business writing or Excel, whatever it may be. So it's kind of those refresher courses.
Plenty of resources available for people over at the Workforce Institute at the St. Pete College. So Kaitlyn and Fred, thank you both so much for being in studio today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yep, and another great resource out there for all the people out there looking to get into the workforce or change a career path. To look at spcollege.edu for more information. They got 85 different certifications for non-degree seeking students. And again, speaking with Kaitlyn Sussex and Fred Tucker from the Workforce Institute at St. Pete College. In the meantime, please learn more about the program over at TampaBayRadio.com, and we'll be back here in just a moment. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.